Hello, viewer. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Full Record Jacket with Phil and Ben. And we are looking at the vinyl that
Well, I've
Ben's
packed my
been
lunchbox
acquiring.
already. Oh, all right, Phil.
What have we got, Ben?
Oh, well, Philster, I've got some vinyl. Are you ready to be amazed by
I'm ready to be
bands?
spun at 33 and a third RPM.
Well, you could well be. Well, obviously, what I'm going to have to do, because as viewers to this channel know, I don't know anything about any of these albums that I've bought. So while I'm going to pad for time while I bring the first one up on my mobile phone device, and this is an album by a DJ and producer from grew up in Dusseldorf, lives in Berlin, and his name is Suff Daddy.
Okay.
And it's called Birdsong. It's not just that interlude-y birdsongy bit. Well, I hope it's bloody not. Otherwise, I've really bought a stuffed crust here, haven't I? I'm just trying to find out what it actually says about this album, because I've done very little or no research.
Not
for
a
it,
sound
Phil.
effects album of tweeting.
No, do you know what, though? That's got to be better than one of the albums I did buy the other week, where it was, it was awful. I kind of regret spending that money on it.
What was that?
It was some sort of wacko bass thing, but whatever. I think I mentioned it on the. I didn't enjoy it. That's what I'm going to say. So it says here, he has 632,000 monthly listeners, which is almost as many as us. It says here, Suff Daddy, everyone's favourite pappy, has been around for quite a while now and has stayed busy. After extending his stomping grounds to neighbouring European countries by frequently playing international shows, including London, blah, 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 whilst releasing several other projects, blah, 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 touring the world, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you all that, but this is an instrumental album that combines together an ingenious R&B, hip-hop, laid-back vibe within a pulsing electronic landscape that's full of bubbly beats, syncopated drums, and synthesized grooves.
He made that in 2016, apparently.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well,
okay. You've not heard it yet, though. It looks like it's
not
still
heard it.
wrapped up.
It's still in the Philster. Most of mine are still in the cellophane.
What else have we got?
We have got. Well, I'll pad for time again while I bring it up on here. Now I think this guy here was in. I'm sure he was in a band beforehand, and this will. I'm sure he was in a band. We Are the Ocean. Liam Crombie. You see that?
I can see it.
If I Can't Trust True Love. He's a very well-dressed man, got very coiffured hair there. And it says here that, he used to be the lead singer and songwriter of We Are the Ocean until 2017. It says here, it doesn't tell me what it does say here, though, with early airplay from BBC Introducing and Country Line Radio. And it does say in here that he found himself in Tennessee and Nashville. So I'm wondering if this has got a slight country vibe to it, maybe.
Maybe.
It could well have. I'm gonna find it on the Discogogs.
What's his name again? Liam something?
Liam Crombie. I'll see what it says about him on here. Liam Crombie.
He is a bit country. It says he is a bit country.
He is a bit country.
But he's from Essex.
Yeah, it says folk and world country, and it does say style country on Discogs. So so we'll give that a listen. I mean, it could end up being a right crock of rubbish, couldn't it? But you can always tell if something's got a quality made cover. I think you're not going to be disappointed.
Okay.
I mean, I've used that for basically all of my life, Phil. If something looks good, then what can possibly go wrong?
Is there anything else?
Yes, there is. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a few left. Right, next up, and I don't know anything about this artist either. I'm going to bring it up on here, but it's very New Order, the front cover, and it's a band called Sparkling.
That is very New Order, or maybe even Pet Shop Boys or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is that very sort of. I think it's because of the colours and stuff. And a band called Sparkling, and the album is called "We Are Here to Make You Feel." So, feel what? I don't know, but we are here to make you feel. Here we go. Album by Sparkling. It came out in. Oh, there's 2 different versions. The deluxe one is on for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. Sparkling. They've only got 12 followers on Spotify. They've now got 13. So, but it doesn't say that their album's actually on here. I can't actually click on them. So I can't really tell you anything about them because there's nothing on here to tell you about them, Philster. So I'm completely up the creek without a paddle until Oh, actually, Phil, I know where I can go into.
Most of these acts that you buy these albums by don't even have a Wikipedia page, so it's impossible to know very much
Anything about them. Well,
Yeah.
let's see what, because Discogs might have something on there, and it literally says Sparkling, and it just says group. But there's 3 of them, and
Yeah.
they like black and white photos. So there we go.
Groovy.
And the album is from 2023. It says it's indie rock, indie pop. So, yeah, give it a go. Become their 15th follower. You could do that, Phil. Literally, me and you following them, that takes them from 13 to 15. That's over a 10% increase in 4 minutes. Anyway, on to the next one. Are you ready, Philster? Now, you're going to look at this and go, he's obviously bought that for the cover. And to be fair, you're not wrong because the cover looks like that. How cool is that? Does that look good?
Yeah, I'm trying to work out what that is. Is that a photo? That's a photograph of something by the side of the road.
I think so, yeah. It's a band called Rush Davis. Rush Davis and Kingdom. I remember this because I remember trying to find it, and it's got this Kingdom bit added on to the back end. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because that's obviously, you can see the bollardy thing here, but it's got this cool little dude here. Look at him. He looks proper mega, don't he?
Is that a real thing? I can't work out what I'm
I
looking at.
don't know what it is, but Rush Davis is a DJ and producer from Los Angeles. I have no idea who Kingdom are. I'm just going to have a look on here now.
It's like a
Uh, Ki-
one-eyed cartoon character that's up
yeah,
in the air with lights around it.
Kingdom's also a producer and DJ as well. So I'll be interested to see what this actually sounds like. It does say here it's electronic funk and soul, and it stars a ballroom house. Didn't even
It
know
might
that
be
was the
quite
thing.
groovy then. It might be
Yeah,
quite groovy.
yeah. So it might be quite good. The album cover is pretty decent, and it's got a cool decal sticker here, Phil, which always sells an album to me. So, right, the next album up. Now, when I show it to you, I want you to tell me, as soon as you look at it, as soon as I show it you, I want you to tell me, don't look at the name of it, just what the album cover reminds you of, and see if you come up with what I came up with when I looked at it. And it's a band called Jim Lockley and the Solomon's Son.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
What band does that remind you of?
It reminds the checker thing makes me think of an album by Traffic. Am I?
That's not what I was thinking.
Or it looks a bit like a. Can I just have one more flash of it? It looks
Go
a
on.
bit like a prog album. I mean, it looks like a. It makes me think of a prog album. Maybe not Yes, but
Well, I said yes, or a prog album, or what was the other one? I thought it looked ELO almost,
maybe.
but definitely
Yeah,
a prog album. I think it's to do with this, the sort of colouring of it and stuff. It does look very much like a prog album.
yeah, it
But
does.
Yes is what Yes was the first one that came into my reckoning when I was looking at it. Mega Yes. So Jim Lockley, this was their first album after a 7-year hiatus. They've got 752 monthly listeners on the Spotify. So, but I'm just trying to see what it says here about them.
This is what I was thinking of. Traffic, the low
Oh
spark and
yes,
high
yeah,
heel
yeah, yeah.
voice.
See, it does have that sort of feel
That's
to
what
it. It's got a very much a 70s proggy
yeah,
feel to
definitely.
it. So it says here, Jim Lockley and the Solomon Son return after an 8-year hiatus with Medicine, which isn't that album because that album's called Colour. The band's first offering from the forthcoming album Colour, that's the single Medicine, during 2022, sets the scene for the most ambitious effort to date. Medicine is an admission of feeling powerless, of trying to gain perspective in the calm before the storm. You and I will never know why we had to let it all go, is what it says here. So they've done a bit with Frank Turner and Zane Lowe, etc. So, yeah, I don't know if it is prog rock. I don't think it is prog rock. But look, they've got nice jeans
Yeah, great.
and a lovely living room with some nice pictures and that up on the wall. Alternative rock is how it is listed on Discogs. So anyway, next up, Philster, is I got this because it was a couple of quid and it kept coming up in my online shopping thing. And it is the Jazz Collection by Vinyl and Media Guitar Sessions Volume 1.
Okay.
Do you know any of these jazz artists? 'Cause I know you're a big jazzy guy.
Oh, it's all jazz and guitar. Okay, it looks like a sort of a tutorial, doesn't it, at first? But
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
okay,
Wes Montgomery,
yeah.
Herb
No,
Ellis.
yeah, he played on a lot of different records. I've got a CD where he plays with Oscar Peterson.
I knew you'd know these, Philster.
Yeah.
Jimmy Rainey,
Don't know really him. Don't know any of his stuff.
Barney Cassell.
Barney Kessel, yeah, he was a big
Jazz guy.
Again, he played guitar on loads of jazz records.
Kenny Burrell.
Kenny Burrell, yeah, he made the classic album Midnight Blue. I've got that one.
That's actually the track on here, Midnight Blue,
Yeah.
Blue Note. Charlie Bird.
Charlie
Blues for
Bird,
Felix.
yeah, don't have any of his stuff, but he was another one, yeah.
Grant Green.
Yeah, don't know his stuff really.
Gabor Szabo.
No, obscure here.
And Django Reinhardt.
Django Reinhardt, one of the most acclaimed jazz guitarists of all time. Some claim the greatest. But
So
yeah,
this isn't a bad buy for £3.97.
Yeah, not bad at all.
You see? Down to the one before last. Is this one up here? Oh. Tommy Ashby and his Lamplighter album. It's I would say it's in the same sort of thing. It's sort of, I don't know, a lot of stuff these days, single male solo artists are quite sort of Ed Sheeran-esque, but he a little bit James Walsh, his solo stuff from Star Sailor. But it's not bad. It's not sort of the best one I've listened to this week. But it came out in 2023. He's a Scottish singer-songwriter. And it's classed as a rock album. It is very sort of, I wouldn't say it's as commercially sort of Ed Sheeran sort of thing, but you know, that sort of production and that. But I'd say, I think I'm being a bit sort of disingenuous to him here. It does it's very much of somebody who's gone doing their solo album from a band. I don't know if he was in a band before, but that sort of reflective solo album.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, that's in fact, let's see what it says before we get on to the last one. And the last one is an album I've been after for a little while because I don't own anything of them. So I bought it because that's the kind of guy I am. What did I say? This oh, Tommy Ashby. Here we go. He's got a good voice and that on him. I'll give him that one. It's Tommy Ashby is a Scottish musician and prolific songwriter with a distinct ability for capturing the innate beauty of everyday moments in his own euphony. Oh God, my dyslexia. Euphony. I want to say euphoria, but it's not euphoria. Of ethereal sonics and hushed vocals. So
Is it ephemera?
I'll tell you the word is that one. Hello, people. Listen to what Phil teaches Ben how to read.
Euphony.
Euphony. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, but it does say here. It does. You can. There is influences are Gillian Welsh, Neil Young, James Blake, and Jeff Buckley, and I can see a lot of that in there. And I'm probably sort of putting it down a little bit by saying, "Oh, it sounds." You can tell he. There's a good creative process going on there. So it's well worth a listen. So do you want my final one?
So what was his name again?
Here's Tommy Ashby.
Tommy Ashby.
Yeah, I was probably a bit hasty in my initial thing, summing up of it.
So he's the one who's into Neil Young and Joni Mitchell and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And last but not least, everybody's favourite bearded guys.
All good fun. I do really enjoy that album. I just enjoy it massively.
Do you know what? I've never actually listened to it. I know it gets voted certainly one of their best 2 albums.
Well, Madly, it's it's the album where Billy Gibbons was influenced by Depeche Mode. He decided to go down the synth route. In fact, it is
very
I think it's pretty much. Sorry, I was just clanking my glass there. It's pretty much drum machines, I think, as well.
Very much an 80s record.
Having the sequences on it. Very, very 80s, but it's got superb guitar playing. The songs are great fun. The guitar playing by Billy Gibbons is great. And for some reason, it just sounds really good.
Yeah. And it's got a really cool album cover.
Yeah, it's got a very cool album cover.
Isn't it?
The Eliminator. That's what they call that car.
Yeah. I know. I did read about it, and it did say it's very sort of synth heavy and that sort of 80s vibe to it. So has it got a Sharp Dressed Man on it?
It's got Sharp Dressed Man. Yeah. It's got Gimme All Your Love, and you probably heard
legs.
That.
There's Legs on there.
That's on there, and Got Me Under Pressure.
Dirty Dog.
Dirty Dog, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I might give that a listen this week because we had a discussion, didn't we? Whenever we have a discussion, that I fancy some ZZ Top because I didn't have any.
I do enjoy ZZ Top.
I think it's because they don't take themselves too seriously.
They don't take themselves too seriously. It's just fun, rock and roll, and it's just And he is an exceptionally good, a blues-based guitarist. Billy Gibbons is one of the best for sure.
That's a cool name, isn't it? Billy Gibbons.
Yeah,
I like that. So yeah, that's the last of my purchases. That hasn't all been bought in a week. That was since the last time we did one of these, which was a couple of weeks ago. So it's there is one coming tomorrow.
That's Ben's vinyl viewer. You're up to date. You are at the cutting edge of his record collection. Thanks for watching.
Ciao.
We'll do another one very soon. In the meantime, bye-bye.